Steam Next Fest is going on right now. It started at 1 p.m. Eastern, October 14th, and it's going through the 21st at 1 p.m. And there are a ton of free demos for upcoming games. Now, most of them are going to be on PC, and you know you can play it on PC, but I only have a Mac and a Steam Deck. When it comes to Mac, they usually tell you whether or not they think it can play on there, and then often I can play it on crossover for Mac, even if they say it doesn't work on Mac. So I went through earlier and I found some that I was maybe going to play on stream, but I figure we should probably see which of these are actually going to load on the Steam Deck, because it's always a little bit of a surprise which ones suddenly don't work at all. I'm going to try Critter Cafe. We will seek out fantastical creatures in need of our help and build a new home together, renovate a cafe, bond with critters, and uncover secrets of the mysterious portals to give every critter a cozy home. Now, I've seen previews of this one. I've heard really good things about it. The release date for this one is November 26th. It looks really sharp on here. Pressing any key really did work. Let's take a look at those settings. Just gonna leave these where they are. There are multiple colorblind modes that you can choose from, and then you can also set the strength and the brightness to those. There's a bunch of graphics quality you can see. I'm just playing on medium for now. I just want to know if it's going to work. I am going to turn down our unlimited frame rate. I put it at 60. That seems fine. I like a stable frame rate. We can individually change. So these are the mouse and keyboard settings. We can also rebind on controller and turn vibration on and off. Okay, so sprint right now is going to be left trigger. I may change these if I was going to play, but at least we can see it clearly has built-in controller support, and I love that you can remap the buttons if you want to. Okay, we're going to start a new game and see how this works. I'm assuming it's going to work. So this is about the size of the text. It looks like it'll probably be okay on the deck. It may be a little small, not too teeny tiny. So we have a character customizer. Okay, so the character customization works just fine on Steam Deck. So far, all the button prompts seem like they're working just fine. It says to customize, we just hit the down button. Left stick will move, right stick changes the camera, left button changes the surface. I feel like, oh, okay, so now we're on the walls. So there's just floor and wall, and X will be inventory. A is going to be a pickup. So Critter Cafe runs really well on the Steam Deck so far. We may actually be streaming this one, so I'm gonna stop here. Next up, we're gonna try Garden Trails. In this one, we explore floating gardens as Tommy, a tiny sparrow. We grow magical plants, meet other birds, and get your wings sturdy together to cultivate a beautiful place for you to peacefully fly around and discover secrets. Interesting. And the planned release is December of this year. This one's taking a little bit longer to launch than the last two. Okay, so the size of the text seems okay for Steam Deck so far. And even though you saw the shovel floating around in the middle, as soon as I hit the joystick, I was immediately on the different game settings. So that's very promising to me. In the settings, you can turn autosave on and off, camera shake or waver on and off, which will be a big deal for some folks. It is already bouncing all over the place. Adjust the field of view. I think this is first person, so I'm going to turn that off, and you can see how that made it stable instead of flowing around everywhere. I know that's a problem for some people, so I try to turn it off when we're streaming. It's weird how I actually have to select these to make them show up. We have controls, graphics settings as usual, and then also audio. Speaking of audio, I don't think I can actually hear the game. Oh, there it is. All right, let's try a new game. And this is us, or a tiny bird you can see. Let's see, map button, does that work? It does. So left stick to move around. A to jump, hold A to hover. Because I'm a bird. Oh, I can't hover for very long. I do have that little energy bar. I've already made a friend. Oh, this is my mom. My mom has cool sunglasses. Find dad. All right. I love the way the little bird hops. All right, we may play this one a little bit more. Okay, yeah, I think it was a good idea that I turned off some of the camera sway. So I feel like this plays really well on the deck so far. I'm not very far. Right stick is going to control the camera, and if I hit right trigger, it realigns the camera where the bird is facing. Oh, I was hoping I could go up on there, but I cannot. And then I can interact with objects, sing. I wanted to use the hose though. Okay, so could you play this on the Steam Deck? Yes, the controls seem to work just fine. I'm not all the way through the demo at all, but this one looks like it's going to work. Okay, Luma Island. A lot of people have been playing this. Let's see if the demo works on Steam Deck. This one's planned release date is November 20th. It does say it has full controller support, so it probably works just fine. It comes in 10 languages. There are a ton of different things that you can do in the full game. I'm not sure how much of that we can do in the demo. So we have load or new game, And then you also have join game because there is multiplayer. Let's look at those game options. Just the clock style, which for me, I'm going to set it to 12. Each part of the audio is controllable separately. Your usual video, camera sensitivity, as well as the invert axis. And then for controls, it does look like we can remap things. But it looks like this should be fine on Steam Deck. Let's just double check. Did that just say I can use a bug net to catch llamas? So the keyboard seems to come up without much of an issue. I did have it flashing on screen after accidentally closing it, but it ended up fixing itself just fine. Okay, so there are two modes here. There's cozy and hero mode. One of the things I heard is that cozy mode is actually the arachnophobia mode, so that it won't show you the spiders, which is a big deal for folks. I kind of wish that they hadn't put the spider here and that there was an explainer. Okay, so running around on Steam Deck works fine. I could see some things being kind of smaller on the Steam Deck. The size of the text seems reasonable. There's a little mouse. Okay, so does it work on Steam Deck? I'm gonna say yes. I haven't gone very far, but we may play this on stream, so I don't want to go too far into it with it just being a demo. But having full controller support, it works just fine, and it's so pretty. Why can't I jump? Yeah, and I'm able to navigate all of this using the bumper buttons. So it's one that really does have that full controller support that translates really well to the Steam Deck. If I want to, I can control the camera with the right touchpad too, or I could use the right stick. If you want to wave to people, it is the left trigger. Just gonna assume that it's gonna save. Game progress will be lost. You can't save for me. I know I haven't done anything. Oh well, doesn't look like you can save in this game. That's confusing. If I went to go load, okay, it is there. Okay, so this game, the controls technically work on the Steam Deck. It says it has full controller support, but right now they only work about half the time. At least the interact button. I've tried the interact button with 4 different items that I can interact with, 2 of them being characters. It works with the characters, but it does not work with objects. So I can like talk to this guy, but I think it makes the bird make sounds. Maybe the crab just doesn't make sounds. But then it has this, and this seems to do absolutely nothing. And it seems like I kind of need whatever the shadow bridge is to be able to get to the next area. I don't know. But A jumps, X supposedly interact, stick lets you move around, and that is about all I know right now. So does it work on Steam Deck? I mean, in any sense that it works. So I'm not really sure. I think the game just is really glitchy right now. As you can see, I'm standing way up here on top of that tiny rock. If I walk this way, oh, earlier it was sliding me along the beach automatically and into the water. So I don't know that this one necessarily has a Steam Deck problem. Let me know if it works better for you on another platform. I haven't put a ton of time into trying to figure it out because I'm just going to assume that it's not working. If it's telling me to do things and those things don't actually work. This is a stranded spark, and I am indeed stranded. We're looking at Trash Goblin. I think this one has a November release date. This is an updated version of the demo. It only has partial controller support, so we're gonna have to see which controls work and which ones are not gonna work for us on the Steam Deck. This text seems like it may be a little bit small if you're playing handheld on the Steam Deck. It also has pretty low contrast, so that combination could be trouble. Under options, we have the things that we'd expect to see. I have put the subtitle size all the way up. I'm hoping that that makes it at a scale where you'd be able to read it on the deck, but we'll have to see. In order to navigate, I'm using the stick and then the A button to click on things. It would be nice if it had the controller support where I could just go between the different options automatically. The text on the continue button is going to be super tiny on the deck, but otherwise, like this text I think is going to be fine. Using a controller and having to slide between buttons that are far away is not great. A bell. I don't see a bell. Oh. There's a giant arrow pointing at it. I wonder if you'd be able to click these on the touchscreen. That would make it so much easier. I should have paid attention. I'm not quite sure what we're doing. So if I hold down A and I move it, that's fine. I wish that was... Can I make you go away? I don't know what button I'm supposed to use to rotate it, but left stick and A is kind of the scrubbing motion, I guess. So to rotate, I know it says to use the other mouse button, and so I tried all the different buttons. It's just the right touchpad will rotate the object, and then left stick while holding down A will let you scrub the object. So yeah, so far this seems like it works. Once you figure out what the controls are, would I want to keep doing this? No. I thought this might be interesting, but it requires precision that I just am not getting with the controls that I have. And for me, that's not super fun. I'm sure for somebody else, maybe it is, but I also don't know why that's staying up there. I would like the instructions to go away so I could see the object. So this took longer than I expected, but you can definitely do it on the Steam Deck. You can switch the sponge to hover mode. in the settings means you don't have to hold the button to wipe the dirt away. I think that would make this a little bit easier. I like that their controls have options like that. And I don't know how to put the sponge. Oh, I just point to where I want the sponge to go. Is this my stash? Oh, okay. Okay, there we go. So this seems like it works. I haven't found anything yet that totally doesn't work. I think some of the text may be a little bit small, but really all of the text I've really needed to read has been okay so far. It may take a minute to figure out what the controls are. It's not always super clear that you should be clicking on this text box, for instance. I'm also thinking if I could do this on the touchscreen, I think that would be a little bit better than using the controls. So I think this is worth trying if this is a game that you're really into. This is your sort of thing. It does seem like it works just fine on the Steam Deck. I don't think it's really a game for me, but that doesn't mean it won't be a game for you. Next one we'll check is Spill. This one does not have a release date yet. Even the controls are pixelated at the top. I see B. Oh, makes that go away. Can I have it back though? There is a right and left bumper. Wait, oh wait, is my boat moving? Which way am I? Okay, so I think either joystick is controlling the boat. The right one seems to work much better, so I'm not sure if I'm supposed to use the right one or if the left one might be like a finer control. It looks like if I hold down A when I go over, there was that little thing in the top left and I kind of wish I could have kept it. Okay, that is land. Maybe not. I thought clicking A was making it so I could clean stuff up. No, there you go. Not entirely sure of all the controls. It seems to work without much issue. Can I help the sad frog or am I gonna run him over? And see what happens. Oakford. Okay, so you do want to run over the unhappy frog. I don't know how to make the boat go. I'm stuck. I rescued the frog, but I can't rescue me. Okay, and then the left and right buttons will have you going forwards or backwards. I think I may have been driving the boat around backwards. I really did think that the vacuum thing was gonna go in front of the boat. That would probably make it easier, but you know, I like that we can drive in both directions if we want to. Let's go rescue this swan. Am I running them over? Evelyn. All right, now we'll go forward. There we go. Can we go faster if I keep clicking the button? It makes me feel like I'm doing something at least. Where does it want me to go? Not there, not there. Okay, over here. Let me just run into things. Okay, and then we stop in here and we get coins for what we picked up. Okay, so this is definitely playable on Steam Deck if you want a little game where you get to clean up oil spills, rescue animals, and I think then upgrade your boat. And then as you go, you'll unlock additional areas. No. I want, why am I spinning in circles? I wonder if we clean all of this up, if we'll be able to see what's swimming under the surface. They're not very good at cleaning things up. Oh, we have to save the turtle. Aaron Dunbar, the turtle. All right. Oh, you can start to see that the things swimming under the water are turtles. I'm bad at this. Oh, I'm full. I see. So your boat gets full and you have to recycle all the stuff that you picked up, and you can kind of gather the trash in addition to the oil. And you have to make sure you keep going through the little recycling plant thing because your boat will get full. Yeah, this definitely works on Steam Deck. It's a fun little cleanup game. Should probably upgrade my boat soon. So yeah, if you're looking for a little game like this will work on the Steam Deck, and I kind of just want to keep playing it.